Hello, welcome to our channel Learning Fun Zone. My name is Harshada and let us start with today's video.
In today's video, we are going to explore the fascinating realm of Scratch events. Before we dive into this exciting adventure, let's unravel the mystery of events. Think of them as hidden keys that bring our projects to life. So, Scratch events are triggers that initiate action in Scratch programming, and understanding events is crucial when building complex Scratch projects and games. So let us check the role of events in programming. So what is an event? Event is a user action or something that occurs from the system and that triggers specific actions. And second is event-driven programming. So event-driven programming involves writing code that responds to events. Event is something that has happened, and according to that we will write the code. Benefits of event-driven programming are events provide interactivity, responsiveness, and real-time feedback to the user. Category are motion, sound, sensing, and key press events. We will see example of each of these. And events blocks, like when something happens, that is an event, and we can follow a set of actions that the user can define. Trigger is when events occur when something specific actions are taken by the user or by the system. Now let us go back to Scratch. First, if you are enjoying this video, you will definitely want to explore our other exciting coding adventures. Check out our projects on Fun with Scratch, step-by-step projects for kids playlist, each filled with coding fun and creativity waiting just for you. Now let us come back to Scratch. So when we click on events, we can see here different events that are occurring. As we have seen, motion is an event. So whenever something moves, we can take it as an event. Sound is also an event. When something is played, we can add, when some key is pressed, that these are key pressed events. When the sprite is clicked, that is an event. When the backdrop changes, when the loudness is something like related to sound, and when we receive and broadcast messages. So all these are different types of events. So we just checked when the green flag is clicked. So when the green flag is clicked, the project starts. So this is a block that runs a set of instructions when green flag is clicked. So generally we use this to start the project. So we can see an example of this. So whenever we are clicking the green flag, he's saying something, he's giving his introduction over here. So hello, my name is Mithu, how are you? So you can see he's just starting this. So it is just starting the project, right? So this is the event for green flag is clicked. So let us go back. Now when the key pressed block is clicked, so this block detects when a specific key is pressed on the keyboard. When something is pressed or when this sprite is clicked, so this is an event, and then after that we are writing all these steps to start a sound of a bird and then repeat it. Or we can see one more example. So this is an example of key press. So I can start this project, and when A is pressed, it will change the color effect by 50. So let us press A. So I've pressed A and it is changing the color. Okay. So this is an event where I am pressing something. Okay. And when S is pressed, we have changed the size to -15. Okay. So I will press S and C. So it is responding to the press. And if we click on B, it will change the size by 30. So let's click on B. So you can see the difference, right? Okay. So this is the response to events. Now let us see what is broadcasting events. So when this sprite is clicked, broadcast food. So all these events occur in response to the other events. So over here we are seeing this is an example of parrot, and this is example of parrot eating this food platter. Okay, so if we go to this food platter, we can see it is broadcasting food. So in this case, this is an event. This particular sprite is sending some message to all other sprites, and all these sprites are just listening to this message. So as a response, when I receive this message of broadcast food, we are writing this set of steps. So whenever we receive food, we will go and eat it, chomp it, and make. So these are broadcasting events. So broadcast is nothing but sending a message to all sprites. Events. So let us see keyboard events in Scratch. Now there are different types of key press events. So arrows, letters, numbers, spacebar, special characters, control buttons, and more. So we have seen this particular key press event. So we are using the letters over here. So here we can see one more event of, we can use the space key. Whenever we press the space, we can see that it will jump. Okay, so this is one of the game. You can try this game, and I will link this space game in description. So we have already done this game. Check out this particular video of astronaut jumping on the rocks. So I will attach the link in the description. So definitely explore this project as well. And let us come back. So there are different types of key press events and key polling. So Scratch constantly checks for key presses when the key pressed block is executed. And using keyboard events, so keystrokes can be used to control sprites, trigger sound effects, and manipulate the variables. Yes, which is the most used event in Scratch? Yes, the when green flag is clicked. So you can start your project with this particular event, and this can be used for simple animations. So make a sprite move or jump in response to that, or you can write some interactive stories using multiple sprites and dialogues. And you can build complex games that involve multiple sprites, timers, and scoring systems. Now let us check what are mouse events and interaction. So there are different types of mouse events. So clicking, double clicking, dragging, drop, and more. So let us check one example for that. So do you remember we had already done this snake game? So in this we can see that the mouse pointer is moving and the snake is moving according to it. So when the green flag is clicked, we are starting this game. You can see one more example. So this is one example where we had written the code for Ganesha. So whenever we click on the laddu, it is going, right? It is going up. So we are using this particular sprite. So when this sprite is clicked, so this is an event of clicking this sprite, and we are changing the Y by 10. So this is a event of clicking. And controlling sprites with mouse. So the mouse X and Y blocks allow you to control sprite with the mouse. Creating interactive games. So build engaging games by allowing users to interact with the game pieces using the mouse. Now let us check what is broadcasting and communication. We have already seen what is a broadcast. Now sending broadcast. So this allows sprites to communicate with each other by sending and receiving custom messages. So let us check one example to understand what is a broadcast. So this is one project. Let us check. So whenever the B is pressed, we are sending broadcast as bat fly. And whenever we go to bat fly, when we receive this bat fly, we will glide it. So if I press B, fly, bat fly, the fly will get the message and it will respond to that. So this is kind of a broadcast. So if you go back here again, when the M is pressed, we will say make some noise monkey, and monkey will use this broadcast as monkey noise, and remember that this broadcast message will not only go to the monkey, it will go to all other sprites. We use M. See, the monkey is making a noise and monkey is changing costumes and it is changing. So this is an example of broadcast. And we have different advanced gaming features, like broadcast can be used to build multiplayer games and advanced gameplay mechanics. We will see examples of this further. And synchronizing timelines. So broadcast can be used to keep multiple timelines in sync and create coordinated animations. Now let us see custom events in Scratch. So defining custom events, like creating a new block by defining the event name using when I receive blocks. So here we have seen we have defined this event and we are receiving it, like bat fly and monkey noise and bear moonwalk. All these are defined events. And event blocks work together. So custom events allow complex programs to be built by combining smaller event blocks. And event-driven programming. So now we will see some examples that we have already covered in our channel. So we can create some interesting examples like interactive quiz. So you can use the keyboard and mouse events to create a fun and engaging game. So here we are just using some events like when green flag is clicked, acting with the user, and that interactivity we have added using the ask and wait. So here we are asking something and we are writing something. So all these things we can do using the events from the mouse and keyboard. For learning the more details about this project, you can go to the link of this Ganesha's quiz on our channel. Now sprite animations. So use events to create engaging sprite animations that respond to the user interaction. Here we have seen the project for this one. So here when we are interacting with this parrot, like we are clicking on this sprite, then it is doing the animation. Like we are doing the animation and we are switching its costume from A to B. So this is a response to the event. And sound effects. So you can use sound effects to create fun and entertaining sound effects in Scratch games. So we have added the sound also here when we are clicking. So this is creating more engaging output, right? Or when we have seen one more project of Aarti. So when we click on this diya, we are starting the Aarti. And this is the animation. When we click on the thali, we are doing the Aarti, and this is some animation. And if we click on the bell, we are able to hear the bell. So all these sound effects we can add. So if we check here for the bell, so we are just, when this sprite is clicked, we are adding this sound. Okay. Now we have to combine all these events and actions. So we have to use some conditional events, conditional statements, some loops and events, and we have to also debug the event-driven programs. So all these things will come with practice. We have seen all these examples and demos. We have understood the power of events. So it is helpful for interactive and engaging programs, and it makes our projects more interactive, responsive and engaging. Like it is used for creating games, animation, quizzes and other interactive programs, collaboration and sharing. So event-driven programming encourages collaboration and sharing of ideas between the Scratch users. So in the world of Scratch, events are like our coding stars. They make coding fun, interactive and full of surprises. So keep exploring, keep coding and let your imagination soar. And keep soaring with us. Hit that subscribe button below. If you love this Scratch adventure and want to embark on more coding quests, give us a thumbs up, subscribe and ring that bell notification bell. Until next time, happy coding, coding wizards.